Good morning class 12th students. So this is your subject physics, chapter number 10, that is wave optics, and in this lecture I'll be discussing the assignment solutions. Okay, so let us start with the first question. So the question says laser light of wavelength 630 nanometers is incident on a pair of slits, produces an interference pattern in which the bright fringes are separated by 7.2 nanometers. That means this will be millimeters. Okay, so that means for a wavelength of lambda 1, that is 630 nanometers, your bright fringes are separated by 7.2 millimeters. So as you know, the separation between the fringes is nothing but fringe width, so that will be beta 1. After that, the question says calculate the wavelength of another source of laser light which produces interference fringes separated by 8.1 millimeter using same pair of slits. That is, if we want the fringe width to be 8.1 millimeter, we have to calculate the wavelength. So as you know the formula of fringe width, that is lambda d by d. Now because we are using same pair of slits, therefore d by d will remain same. So you can say beta 1 by beta 2 will be lambda 1 by lambda 2. Put the values and you will get the value of lambda 2 to be 708 nanometers. Okay, the next question says a parallel beam of light of wavelength 600 nanometer is incident normally on a slit of width A. So wavelength is 600 nanometers and slit width is given to be A. If the distance between the slits and the screen is 0.8 meter, that is capital D is 0.8 meter, then the question says the distance of second order maxima from the center of the screen is 15 millimeter. Calculate the width of the slit. So first of all, as you know, in your diffraction pattern, the condition or the position of the maximas are given by 2n plus 1 lambda d by 2d. So therefore, this is the position of maxima, and for second maxima, that is when n is equals to 2, x is given to be 15 millimeters. So put all these values in this equation like this, and when you will solve it, the answer of A, that is your slit width, will come to be 80 into 10 to the power minus 6 meters. Question number 3 says state a difference between diffraction and interference. So as you know, diffraction is obtained by using a single slit, and the condition for that is slit width should be nearly equal to lambda or it should be less than lambda, and interference is obtained by using two slits which are coherent sources of light. Okay, so the next is question number 4. So this question says find the ratio of intensities of 2 points P and Q on a screen in Young's double slit experiment when waves from source S1 and S2 have a phase difference of 0 degree and pi by 2 radians respectively. So in first case, pi is given to be 0. So let us calculate the intensity for this phase difference. So as you know, the formula of intensity in interference pattern is I1 plus I2 plus 2 under root I1 I2 cos pi. So let us say that I1 and I2 both are equal to I, and let us denote the resultant intensity by I dash. And phi is 0, so cos 0 will be 1. So when you will solve it, you will get I dash is equals to 2I plus 2I, or it will come to be 4I. Now similarly in second part, the phi is given to be phi by 2. So using the same formula and denoting the resultant intensity by I double dash, it will come to be 2I plus 2I into 0 because cos 90 is 0. So this will give you I double dash to be 2I. So when you will calculate the ratio, that is I dash upon I double dash, that will come to be 2 by 1. Okay, in fifth question you are given, in a Young's double slit experiment, the first minima on the screen is found just in front of one of the slits when the slits are illuminated with a monochromatic source of wavelength 600 angstrom. I think in the question which is given in the assignment, this one is missing. So make it in front of one of the slits. Okay. So this is the question. So you are given that your first minima is in front of one of the slits. Okay. So now again writing the condition for minima in interference pattern, that is 2n minus 1 lambda d by 2d. So if you take first minima, that is n is equals to 1, putting n equal to 1 here, x will come to be lambda d by 2d. Okay, now you are given that this distance is nothing but this is in front of one of the slits. That is, suppose if A and B are two slits, as you know the distance between them is small d. Okay, and this is the midpoint. We are taking this to be midpoint of the slits. Now suppose your first minima is here, that is in front of the slit A. So you can say this distance, that is center from the distance, will be d by 2. So therefore we can say that this x is nothing but d by 2, because x is the position of minima from your midpoint, that is O. So this will be d by 2. So put x equal to d by 2 in above equation. So lambda d upon 2d will come to be d by 2. Okay, solve it, because capital D is given to be 60 centimeters in question. That means this is 0.6 meters and wavelength is given to be 6000 angstrom. So put both the values and you will get the value of d square to be this. Solve it, you can easily get the value of separation between the slits. In question number 6, you are given the ratio of maximum and minimum intensity and you have to calculate the ratio of width of the two slits. So as you know, I maximum upon I minimum is A plus B whole square upon A minus B whole square, where A is the A is the amplitude of the intensity for slit 1 and B is the amplitude for the slit 2. So A plus B whole square upon A minus B whole square, this I have told you in your theory lectures as well. This is given to be 25 by 16. And I have told you one more formula, that was I1 upon I2 is equals to A square upon B square is equals to W1 upon W2. That is, if we calculate A square by B square, we can easily calculate W1 by W2. And this is nothing but ratio of slits. So from here, if you take square root on both the sides, you will get A plus B upon A minus B is equals to 5 by 4. Solving it, you will get 9B is equals to A. Now A square upon B square is equals to W1 upon W2. So to calculate W1 upon W2, put the value of A, that is 9B, that is 81B square upon B square. This will cancel out, so you will get 81 upon 1. So this is the ratio of width of the two slits. Question number 7 is an easy question. You are given angular width and you are given wavelength. So just use the formula of angular width, that is theta is equals to lambda by d, and calculate the separation between the slits. Okay, so question number 8 says, in a single slit diffraction experiment, first minima for red light of 660 nanometers coincides with the first maxima of some other wavelength. So you have to calculate that wavelength. Okay, so now first of all let us write down the condition for minima and maxima in diffraction pattern. So as you know, the condition for minima is x is equals to n lambda d by d, and for maxima x is 2n plus 1 lambda d by 2d. Now it is given for red light, your first minima coincides with the other wavelength of first maxima. So for red light, let us take n equal to 1. Putting n equal to 1 and lambda to be lambda r, that is wavelength of red light, you will get lambda r d by d, and it is coinciding with some other wavelength and its first maxima is there. That is, again you have to take n equal to 1, but this time we will be taking maxima. So this will be 3, that is 3 lambda d by 2d. Now you are given lambda r, d by d will cancel out. So solve it, lambda will come to be this much. So this is the wavelength of the other light. Okay, so in question number 9 it is given two slits are made 1 millimeter apart and the screen is placed 1 meter away. That is, small d is 1 millimeter and capital D is 1 meter. What should be the width of each slit to be obtained to obtain 10 maxima of double slit pattern within the central maxima of single slit pattern? That means we want 10 maximas of double slit pattern to come inside one maxima or central maxima of single slit pattern. So understand it carefully. If I say this is the one central maxima of single slit pattern and this is the midpoint, so let us take 5 maximas are on this side of double slit pattern and 5 maximas are there of double slit pattern. So total in this width there will be 10 maximas of double slit pattern. So we have to justify this condition. Okay, so now first of all write down the condition for 10 maximas. So as you know, 5 maximas will be there on this side and 5 will be there on this side. In interference pattern, the condition for maxima is, or you can say the distance of maxima from midpoint is n lambda d by d. So first of all, I am taking this distance. So that will be, because I have 5 maximas, that will be 5 lambda d by d, and same distance I want on opposite side. So that will be into 2. So this is the position, or you can say this is the length taken by the 10 maximas of your double slit pattern. Now you know the condition for the central maxima of diffraction pattern. For central maxima, the width is 2x, which is written by 2 lambda d by a. This you have done in theory lectures. So according to question, this width should be equal to 10 lambda d by d, because according to this condition, now it will be justified that central maxima of diffraction pattern has 10 maximas of double slit pattern. Okay, so now solve it. Lambda d will cancel out, so 1 by a will be 5 by d. From here a will come to be 0.2 millimeters. In question number 10, you are given, in a double slit experiment, the angular width of a fringe is found to be 0.2 degree on a screen placed 1 millimeter apart, that is this, and lambda 1 is given to be 6000 angstrom. So if you write down theta 1 for it, that will be lambda 1 by d, right? Now it is asked what will be the effect on the angular width if the whole apparatus is immersed in water. So as you can see clearly, your angular width is depending on lambda, and lambda depends on refractive index by this equation, that is refractive index is inversely proportional to lambda. So for air, your mu1 is 1. For your water, your refractive index is 4 by 3. So from here, if you calculate the condition, that will come to be mu1 by mu2 is equals to lambda 1 by lambda 2. So let us calculate lambda 2, that is the wavelength when your apparatus is immersed in water. So when you will calculate lambda 2 from here, and as you know theta 2 will be lambda 2 by d. So calculate lambda 2 and put the value, you will get theta 2 to be lambda 2 by d. Okay, in question number 11, it is given why coherent sources are required to obtain interference. So again the same reason that I have told you in theory lectures, coherent sources are required because they give the wavelength, light waves of same wavelength, same frequency and same phase or constant phase difference, which is required to obtain interference pattern. In question number 12, it is given, if the distance between the slits and the screen is doubled, what will be the effect on angular width? So as I have told you, theta is lambda by d. That means it does not depend on capital D. So there will be no effect. In question number 13, it is asked how resolving power limits the how diffraction limits the resolving power. So again the same condition. Suppose you have two objects A and B. These are the central maximas of A and B, and this is the first minima of B. So the condition is first secondary minima of B should coincide with central maxima of A. So this is how your diffraction and resolving power gets limited.